it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see some more. Today we're doing something really special. It is that time of the year. It is time to go back to school, time to impress all of your friends. So if you want to see this gorgeous fresh face back to school makeup tutorial using very affordable drugstore products, you know, it's super simple, super quick, fast, and easy to do every morning, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so for today's back to school look, we're gonna be doing the quickest, simplest, easiest fresh face of makeup that we possibly can using the most inexpensive products from the drugstore, because I know personally when I was in school I didn't have access to all these higher end name brands and things like that. So I tried to use as many drugstore price friendly products as possible. And you know, when you're in school, I know that I struggled so much with not having enough time to get ready in the morning. That was my #1 struggle when I was in high school and things like that. So I want to make sure that we do this, you know, as quickly as possible while still looking, you know, fresh faced and fabulous for our day. So what I'm gonna be doing first is priming my face. Of course, this is the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. It says it's hydrating and pore minimizing oil-free primer. So since it is oil-free, this would still be good for, you know, those of you who do have oily skin. I'm gonna pump out some on my hand there, and we're just gonna kind of blend this all over our face with our fingers, just like if you were using a moisturizer. And it feels just really refreshing. It just kind of wakes your face up and does a little bit to blur some of those pores, as well as add some, you know, radiance to your skin. I absolutely have been loving this primer recently. So once we get that on our face and that's all done, the next thing that we're going to be doing is picking up our foundation to lay that down. And for today's foundation, I got this Covergirl, Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation. It says fresh complexion, oil-free foundation. Its claims are that it says one simple step for a flawless, natural look that lasts all day. So this sounds, you know, perfect for, you know, going to school and not having to worry about retouching your makeup or anything like that. It says the formula blends easily to even skin tone and reduce shine all day. So that is fabulous. It's oil-free, won't clog pores, suitable for sensitive skin. So it sounds like this is pretty good for pretty much all skin types. And I'm just gonna take my dampened beauty sponge here. It's a Real Techniques beauty sponge. So you can find those at the drugstore as well. And I just got some on my sponge, and I'm gonna spread that around my face. And then we'll start patting that in. I'm actually liking the coverage of this. I thought this was gonna be a much more lightweight coverage, but it's feeling more of an a medium coverage actually. So I appreciate that because I have uneven skin tone. I have a lot of freckles and things like that. And like sun marks. I was terrible when I was a teenager, and I was constantly in the tanning bed. So we all know now that that's not good for you. And I do have some spots right here, as you can see, where I've been breaking out pretty heavily. Like, I don't know what's going on with my skin. Probably a new product that I've tried here recently. I've been trying quite a few. So we're gonna cover those up in just a minute. I know that being in high school, your hormones are, you know, kind of going crazy, so you might have those problems as well. And once we are done with that, forgive my eyes, you guys, they're so red. I've been having such bad allergies lately. I don't know if this is just me or what's going on, but like, look at the red rings around my eyes. I woke up this morning and they were just like so watery and red and just, ugh, yuck. So, all right, the next step that we want to do is, oh, that's the wrong thing. Got it. The next step that we want to do is conceal. And for concealer today, I have this Milani Retouch and Erase Concealer. I haven't tried this yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. And I'm actually going to use my mirror right here just to apply this so that I make sure I'm getting it in the right spots. And I am going to spot conceal up here on these pimples on my forehead. Oh, it's kind of cool. It has like a little sponge and then it just kind of comes out the middle. You see that? That's kind of neat. So I'm going to spot conceal these right here in between my eyebrows. I just squeezed a little bit out and then I'm dabbing it where it needs to go so I don't get, you know, too much. All right. And then I'm going to go and just apply some here under my eyes. And we don't want too much since we, you know, we're going to school, we're trying to do a quick face. We don't want too much. So I just want to do a little bit of a triangular motion right there and a little bit to highlight my face on these, you know, prime locations, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, my chin, things like that. So I'm gonna put that up and I'm gonna reach back for my beauty blender once again. And then I'm gonna go starting with these little pimple things right here that I put a tiny amount on. I am gonna blend that out just very carefully with my beauty sponge. And then I'm gonna blend out the rest of the concealer on my face. I'm actually really liking this concealer. It's brightening up my face quite a bit. I wasn't sure whether it was, you know, gonna be the appropriate shade or not, but it's actually doing a really good job. And it's concealing the pimples as well without making them stand out more. Sorry, if you hear a little clink clink, that's my dog's nails. She's trying to climb up the chair right beside me. She wants to sit in my lap, but I don't want to accidentally have her fall or anything like that while I'm trying to do my makeup. And I am gonna blend just a little bit onto my lids as well when I'm blending this out. And I'm blending this in an outward motion and a downward motion, making that V. And just a tad bit on my lids, just to kind of give that, you know, give a little bit of something for my eyeshadow to stick to, so that reduces one more step of us having to use an eyeshadow primer. All right, and once we have our concealer completely blended out, I'm sorry, I have a dog hair because my dog's trying to get up, whatever. All right, but once we have our concealer totally blended out, I am going to reach for my tried and true Coty Airspun powder. This is found at the drugstore. It's usually closer to like where the nail things are, but we're gonna use this a little bit. I don't want to, you know, bake too much because we are doing a fresh face. So I am going to reach for my powder brush here, and this is just a, you know, drugstore. This is an e.l.f. powder brush, and I just poured a little bit in the cap here. So I'm gonna dip my brush in and tap off any excess, and then we're just gonna kind of pat this in on the spots where we have concealer, and that's gonna help that stay put all day and set our concealer without us having to bake. There we go. And then I'm gonna get a little bit more on my brush and just kind of brush it over the rest of my face, just to make sure we're completely set and mattify this foundation down. The next thing that we're gonna do, instead of contouring today, since this is just a fresh, you know, fresh face of makeup, super quick, super, you know, in a hurry, but still youthful, we're just gonna take some bronzer here. Today I have the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna kind of bronze up this whole area where you normally would contour. I'm gonna take the bronzer over the contour and the bronzy places that you would normally do. There, in your forehead, and get into the hairline. And there you have it. It's not really, you know, it's not overpowering, it's not too much. However, I think that it's just enough to give us that fresh summery glow that we want going back to school. So what we do next, of course, is gonna be blush. And for blush today, I have this Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso that I have been obsessing over. It is such a beautiful peachy bronze shimmery kind of blush. It's a gorgeous color and it gives you a little bit of luminescence, little bit of that glow as well. Do you see, just putting that much on, it gives you a little bit of glow just, you know, in your blush. So that is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Is one, you know, one less step we have to do. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight anyway, but you don't have to. And I like to add just a little to the tip of my nose there, just because it does have a glow, but it gives my nose just a little bit of color, a little bit of flushed color, and I just kind of like that. Once we have the blush done, we are gonna take this Milani as well. It's the Milani Strobelight in Sunglow, and I'm gonna use that to highlight my face. So I have, this is the brush that I've been using for highlighting lately. It's a Wet n Wild contour brush, and I just like to kind of dip it in here all around and highlight just this area. And it's just a beautiful, like, golden summery highlight, and I think it just gives you such a fresh face, such a fresh glow. I absolutely love this. And a little down my nose. I don't normally contour my nose. I do occasionally when I'm doing like a super glam look, but for today, since we're going for a more natural back to school look, I'm gonna, you know, just skip that step and I'm just gonna highlight down the center. And do you see what that gives me? I'm gonna do a little bit above my brow bone. It just gives me an extra glow, like dewiness to my skin, just like I'm woken up a little bit, and I absolutely love that. So what we want to do next are our brows. Since it's just kind of a more natural look today, I'm just going to take this NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown to do my brows. When I do them personally, I normally like to use this brow pencil in combination with a pomade. So I'm just gonna use the pencil today because it is a little bit, it gives a little bit more of a natural finish. And I'm gonna use my mirror right here so that I can see to fill those in. We just wanna go line across the bottom. And a couple of fine stroke hairs right here in the front, not too many, and then a line across the top, and bring that tail down, and then I'm gonna just comb it out. Alright, and I pretty well like how that's looking compared to the other side, so we're just gonna take the same brow pencil, brush these hairs out, and do the same to this brow. There you go. And that's really all I'm gonna do for my brows today. Just very natural, but just a little bit more filled in than they normally would be. So really, guys, we've done our full face. All we have left are eyes and lips. So for eyes, we're gonna keep that natural as well. You already know that. And I'm gonna pick up these very affordable drugstore eyeshadow palettes. They're the LA Colors Eye-Dorables. This one is in the shade Flower Field, and this one is in the shade Sugar Rush. And I use these in my $1 makeup challenge, and you guys, I can't stop using them. Like, they're fantastic products for just $1. So really, anybody can afford these. You know, you don't have to do anything special for your eyes to look good. I mean, they are fantastic colors. So let's see. First, I'm gonna take this one in Flower Field, and I'm gonna go in here with this Lash shade right here. That's kind of a brownish gold type matte shade. I don't know really how to describe it. Maybe a tan matte shade, and I'm just gonna use that as my transition shade with my eyes. Get some more light in this picture. It was getting dark there for a minute, guys. I'm sorry. We need the natural lighting, and there's a giant storm headed our way. All right, now that we have our transition shade laid down, let's see. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker pink tone, and I'm gonna pop just a little bit of that, a little bit in our crease, a little bit lower than that transition shade, just to give a hint of color. And then finally, I'm gonna take this shade on the very outside corner. It's a dark chocolatey brown. I'm gonna take that on my same fluffy brush here and just use that on this outer V. All right, and then I'm gonna take a small smudger brush here with the first shade that we dipped into, this transition shade, and I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line. And take the fluffy brush and just blend those out. Blend them up into our top colors of our lid. I'm sorry, I really can't talk today. Then I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and dip into this dark brown shade and just put that right in the outer edge of our lower lash line, blending that up into the top of our eyelid as well. There we go. That's really all I'm gonna do. It's so simple, you guys. And if you wanted to, you could even go and dip into, let's see, there's like a coppery type color, or a gold shimmery type color right there. Just get a little bit on your finger and just pat that on the lid. This is for the days when you have just a little bit of extra time. There we go. All right. So since we are doing just a fresh face today, I'm going to take my mascara, and it's Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. I'm going to put this on my lashes. No eyeliner, no falsies, any of that today. And I'm going to use my mirror right here to apply. Alright guys, and for lips today, I'm going to be doing a very neutral lip as well. I'm going to be using this NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Satin Ribbon. It's just a very nude shade. I'm going to just apply it all over my lips without a liner. Alright guys, now that I have my lips done, my entire face is complete. So this is my first day back to school makeup look. I think that it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very fresh-faced, young-looking, and fun. It makes it look like so effortless. However, you're gonna look so gorgeous at the same time. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, please, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see some more. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later.